good to have you. Michael, should we have ever been using hotels to house migrants, to house people who came across the Channel? Surely there was always a cheaper way to do this. It's a bit ridiculous.
Well, the cheapest way to do it, of course, would have been to send them back, although that's easier said than done. You know, the trouble is people take this country for suckers. And I remember William Hague came up with a great slogan years ago, and he said, Britain should be a safe haven, but not a soft touch. And I'm afraid soft touch is exactly what we've become. And incidentally, since Keir Starmer said that, you know, we shouldn't be using, this was back in June, we shouldn't be using accommodation, and that he would stop the boats by stopping them in their tracks, to use his words, there are now a further 8,000 more asylum seekers living in hotels. But his latest plan to use the 1.5 million homes that are going to be built is outrageous.
Yes, I'm glad you picked up on that, because we're told, well, we know from our own experience, from friends and family, that it's near impossible in some areas of this country to get on the housing ladder on an average or even a good salary. And that's even if you are buying with another person. I mean, it's crazy. And then to hear that actually some people who entered this country illegally may well be put up in one of these new homes that's being built, of course, again, courtesy of the taxpayer. It's going to stick in the craw in communities where this happens.
Yeah, absolutely right. And of course, Tom Harwood has been quite a campaigner, I'll say that to him, don't spare his blushes, on the point that there is such a shortage of home, particularly for young people. And now they're saying that asylum seekers should be using these homes is quite outrageous, in my opinion, and just typical of this government, really.
But of course, the reason that we're here in the first place, having to try and divvy up where on earth these people are going to go once they're in the country, whether it's hotels or houses or ex-RAF bases or barges off the coast of the south of England, the only reason is that these people are coming across in the first place. And Michael, I want you to react to some new footage that GB News has obtained today, which shows just what is going on some of these beaches in and around Calais. It's quite extraordinary to watch. We can see, we know that the British government has given tens, hundreds of millions of pounds to the French to police these borders. And despite all of the money that has been given for year after year, the different rounds of negotiation that have been entered into, let's have a look at how it's all turning out. This is one of those beaches in northern France, and there's a new tactic from the people smugglers, which is they don't bring the boat to shore. The boat is a few yards out to sea. We can see it there on our screens. And the migrants wade out and get on the boat. But because it's on the water, the French authorities don't go near it, don't touch it, don't see it as their problem.
Yeah, that's extraordinary. Isn't that a police boat just looking at them, watching,
Yep.
just not helping at all to send them back to shore?
Yeah, I mean, that is what's happening there. The French authorities, you know, they're standing there in their wetsuits, they've got all the gear, but absolutely no idea how to stop these people crossing. Or perhaps they do have an idea, but they're just unwilling to do what they need to do. And that's the issue.
I think they are unwilling, because while the Royal Navy say they don't want to push the boats at all when they're in the middle of the English Channel because the boat would just capsize and sink, they're just literally a few yards out. And you've got there a police boat. It's in your shot, just looking. And the police boat could nudge the boat back. And if they fell out, well, they're not going to drown because they're only in a few feet of water. As you can see, they're up to their knees, some of them up to their waist, but no further. Look, there you can see the police boat just sitting there. And it looks there as if a policeman's playing with them, splashing. It's quite extraordinary, actually. And really, we should be doing a lot more. And of course, this hasn't been helped by the fact that Labour got rid of the Rwanda programme. The riots in Dublin was testimony to the fact that people were leaving the United Kingdom, going across the island because they didn't want the risk of being sent off to Rwanda. So it was working even before anybody was actually deporting there. The deterrent worked, and yet what did Labour do? They got rid of it. But this French movie is absolutely incredible. I mean, well done, GB News, for getting this filmed.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Michael Fabricant, for speaking over those images so beautifully. Former Conservative MP, thank you very much.